Species.
This is Steve with Origin of Species. In Richmond, Virginia, we have so many great craft beers that, just like your children, it's tough to choose the one you love best. But let's be honest, just like your kids, you know that you have a favorite. And my favorite Richmond craft beer is Hardywood. My favorite Hardywood craft beer is the Great Return, an American IPA with 7.5% ABV, and whose proceeds also benefit our environment through the James River Association, which you know means a lot to me, #green. To order Great Return or another great beer from Hardywood Brewery, go to hardywood.com. That's hardywood.com. Hardywood, Richmond's best craft beer. Just like your favorite kid.
Hello and welcome to Origin of Species. My name is Scott, and on behalf of Steve and myself, I'd like to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. I think with the year we've had, the holidays are more important than ever, and hopefully you are getting in the spirit. I know Steve is doubling down this year, as I believe he got his outdoor Christmas lights up the day after Halloween, or it actually may have been earlier, I'm not sure. But I am all for it. I think that, again, after the year we've had, it's, important to enjoy this time of year and spend time with family and friends. Really double down on the turkey and mashed potatoes, because we all do deserve a good food coma after 2020. So speaking of doubling down, we are doubling down on our commitment to our celebration of the cinematic masterpiece, Roadhouse. So by now you may know the backstory. A couple of years ago, Steve pretty much just declared that Roadhouse needed a holiday, and Thanksgiving should be that holiday, to which I wholeheartedly agreed. And since then, we have determined that Roadhouse is the official movie of Thanksgiving. So has that caught on? No, it hasn't. But that's not stopping us. We are still doing our Roadhouse episodes. If you want to hear the full story, go back to episode 17 for the first Roadhouse episode. And then last year, episode 59, Steve, myself, and some of our friends did another Roadhouse episode. So you can check those out. But this year, for our third annual Roadhouse episode, we are mixing it up and doing something a little bit different. So there are a couple of ways for you to enjoy this episode. But first, let me tell you about our guest. Bill Cannell is a friend of both myself and Steve. He has been on the show before. He did a Know Your Onions earlier this year. And he also was on my podcast, Personal Records. So check out the Personal Records feed later this week. I'll be putting that episode back out. If you haven't heard it yet, check it out. It's one of my favorite episodes of Personal Records. So as I said before, you can enjoy this episode a couple of ways. One, just listen to it like normal. And we are doing a commentary as we watch Roadhouse. You will be able to hear the audio for both the movie and us. And it's a lot of fun. We had a blast with it. Hope you enjoy it too. Another way is to sync up the movie with the podcast, and it's very easy. I just did it the other day and thoroughly enjoyed it. So what you're going to want to do is, first of all, procure the movie Roadhouse if you don't already own it, which if you don't own it, shame on you. But it is streaming. You should be able to rent it for a couple bucks. Go ahead, start the movie. And just sort of like the old Wizard of Oz, Dark Side of the Rainbow deal, you're going to wait for the lion to roar. Once he roars, pause the movie. And then listening to the podcast, you're going to hear that roar. Once you hear the roar, press play on the movie, and you are going to be synced up. And of course, you can mute the movie itself and just listen to the podcast. So you can watch it and see those sweet, sweet Swayze butt cheeks and our reaction to that, as well as the rest of the movie. So I do have to mention one other thing. We'd been looking forward to Bill coming over. Because Bill, when Bill did Personal Records, of course, he brought over a bunch of craft beer. He's just one of those guys. So when he came over for the Roadhouse episode, which we actually recorded much earlier this year, because frankly, we weren't sure if there was going to be like famine and the apocalypse or what was going to happen. So we said, let's get this Roadhouse episode done ASAP. He brought over a turkey that he had smoked, and it was the best turkey I've ever had. So at the beginning of the episode, you hear us. I actually had to clip out a few minutes because we were, our mouths were full while we were talking, and no one wants to listen to that. So you'll hear us chatting a little bit. You may hear some lip smacking just a little bit, and then we get into the movie. This was a blast. Please enjoy it. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and thank you for listening to Origin of Species. Now here comes the official movie of Thanksgiving, along with the commentary of Steve, Bill, and myself right now. So happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Gosh, you have like 10 minutes of smacking.
Oh yeah, we've been going. So here's what we're going to do.
You adjusted your microphone perfectly.
We're going to, as Steve rubs his butt, that noise you heard was Steve. So we're here cozy in my house getting ready to watch Roadhouse, the official movie of Thanksgiving. Our guest today is Bill Cannell. You may know Bill from Personal Records. You may know him from an outstanding performance in one of our segments, Know Your Onions. You may just know him as the viral water gun guy or member of the Moogly Blues, Steve's friend that he went to school with, or just your neighbor. Okay, I think that's all I got, man.
I'm just some random goober, I think is how most people would describe me.
Bill showed up with a freaking turkey.
It's Thanksgiving. There's my favorite meal of Thanksgiving is always the leftover turkey, right? Because there's so much competition at the actual meal, right, for what you're going to eat and enjoy. And so I always look forward to the leftovers. I almost hardly ever eat any turkey during the big meal, but I always make sure that I have leftovers so I can have the turkey sandwich afterward. That's like the best.
If we're gonna stop kissing your ass here in a minute, but if the turkey tasted like that, I would eat more turkey because I'm like you. I'm like stuffing, like all the carby stuff, mac and cheese, and then it's like, I'll have a little turkey and douse it with gravy. But
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. How are you doing, Steve? You full? You got
I'm
the
doing
tryptophan
wonderful.
going?
No, there is a chance that'll happen. That'll be a power nap during this movie, but I doubt it because
power nap during Roadhouse? Impossible.
The first time I ever saw Roadhouse, I fell asleep. Well, did you fall asleep or did you pass out? I passed out because I was in Charlottesville and it was like 2 a.m. And I fell asleep and I woke up with the sound of the DVD. Like, remember the old DVD menus? So it was just the sound of like plates breaking and stuff like that.
Like a
just
10-second loop.
Yeah, just in a loop. And I just remember dreaming about the plates smashing and stuff. But anyway, I'm fired up. Steve, are you fired up?
I'm always fired up.
All right, so here's how this is going to work. We're just going to watch the movie and talk about it, if I can find it. Now, here we go. These are all my purchased movies. And if you want to watch along with us and listen, you can do so. This is a 1 hour and 54-minute movie. Anything we need to say before we get started, guys, or are we just going to jump right on in?
I actually do want to say one thing.
Please.
Roadhouse, for me, is the official movie of Thanksgiving.
Yes.
The ironic thing is, I've never watched this movie over Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Never over Thanksgiving?
No.
Well, is that just because of maybe not the same sentiment from your family members?
I think that's what the problem is generally it's a family holiday. Something I have started to watch every Thanksgiving that is a little bit of a tradition is something we call Bladesgiving, which is what they call Forged in Fire, the TV show, if you ever had a chance. It's basically Cupcake Wars, except with people who make swords. So they call it Bladesgiving, and we end up watching it for 9 hours in a row.
That actually sounds cool.
It's really good.
For a minute when you said Cupcake Wars, I was like, that's not as cool as Roadhouse, but
it's the
something
same
with
format.
Swords
And my
cool.
nephews and I enjoy watching Forged in Fire because one of the things we do is we try to guess who actually has a job and who still lives with their mom. You'll see people that are amateur blacksmiths, but they're also professional people.
Yeah.
And then it's Caden, who's still Caden. I know you've been at this for about 2 years.
Well,
You're not going to be moving out.
I knew a
anytime
guy
soon.
that just used to buy swords on QVC and then would sell them to locals. like at an upcharge. It's the weirdest thing ever. But he was living at home for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess we should do one more thing before we hit play, which is I guess Steve and I have well documented our background with Roadhouse. I mean, Bill, I assume you've seen Roadhouse. Like, or have you not seen it? I mean,
I have seen Roadhouse,
Okay.
and it's the funny thing. It's one of those movies that I must have seen at least once or twice 30 years ago, right? I recently watched it all the way through. Of course, I've seen bits and pieces over the years in between, but never all the way through.
Yeah.
My daughter and I sat down and watched it all the way through recently. And Miranda's 21.
Oh, no. Couple awkward moments in there.
She has a great sense of humor. But this is really more of a movie that I might watch with my son. Yeah. And she was pissed. She did not want to watch it. And of course, she took the bait. And once you get rolling down the Swayze highway, there's no turning back.
No.
Well,
I mean, Dalton.
It's his way or the highway. Period.
It's his way or said highway.
We need to do a show. I actually thought about it. We need to look that up. What was the origin of My Way or the Highway? Was it? It could have been him because it wasn't Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit.
I hope not. I hope there's never an answer that is Fred Durst.
It could have been. It could have been.
But I will comment. I mean this as a compliment. We have we're looking at a frozen picture of Patrick Swayze.
Yep.
Bill's hair, post quarantine hair is Swayze-esque in a good way.
It is a little less perm, but the volume is there. The amount is certainly there.
Well, I do that for church.
Oh, there you go. That's your church outfit.
You give it the wave in the front or whatever you call it.
I go out and I've got some mousse that I put in.
Yeah, I was going to say Aquanet, but I could see that being mousse.
So you're not a Roadhouse virgin, which is good. The initial shock of what you're about to see is you've been through that phase. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit play. Once we hit play, we don't stop. We watch it. If you need a beer, you need a bathroom break, and these mics pick up a fair amount. So if you go in the kitchen and need to,
keep the door shut.
Yeah, keep the door shut. And hope you watch along with us, and we're just going to sort of observe, and hopefully this works. So
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm hitting play at the beginning of Roadhouse right now. Let's try that again right now. There we go.
Just that extra bit of suspense.
See how the volume is.
It's the Roadhouse.
Ooh.
I bet his name's Dalton. Is this rated R?
It's a hard R. Oh, you're joking. Okay. I was going to say.
That would be awkward if Bill got up and left. It was like,
he's only seen the CBS version.
Yeah. I've got to call Mom and see if it's okay.
Mom!
Right. What if he calls me a cocksucker? All right, we can't get ahead of ourselves here. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, and there's no cussing on this podcast, Bill. Just kidding.
Well, shit.
The bandstand. Whoa. Those are some heels.
You know, the hard part is going to be for me not to just try to say the lines and get them half wrong.
Some
gold plastic.
So I forget this actor's name, but he generally plays a villain. So it always throws me off that he's like a good guy in this movie.
Right. The first time I saw, look at the guy dancing in the upper right. This guy's going nuts.
Yeah, that actor, I know him from Law and Order Special Victims Unit. He played a doctor who was killing people. He's awesome.
Wow.
Are you so creepy?
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant the guy in the corner. You meant the owner of the Double Deuce. I thought you meant the guy dancing in the corner. That would have been even better.
I think the first 3 times I watched this, I did think he was the bad guy, because I'd fall asleep halfway through.
Yeah, because he's a bad guy.
I wonder if he's a bad guy in real life. Hello.
I don't think so.
On some gold plastic.
Steve, do you think he wears bandanas?
I hope not.
Yeah, you don't want a bad name for me. What is that, a bolo? Or is that just a...
It looks like a pendant or a brooch.
It's a brooch. That's what it is.
And I'm fairly certain, by the way, the band playing is Tito and the Tarantulas, who also appear in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great scene, too.
That is very ungentlemanly.
Dude, I just realized that guy looks like Dennis from It's Always Sunny.
He also has a sport coat and a t-shirt, which might be why I like that look. All right, here comes Dalton, our first appearance of Patrick Swayze.
I think it's time for you gentlemen to leave. Yeah, it's all right. We're just having a little
Oh
fun.
my God, he does look like
It's okay. Sorry.
Maybe it is. All right, Dalton's letting him go.
It's kind of like the airport guys, you know, with the flashlights.
Yep. So Dalton just got stabbed and he didn't react.
Okay, Dalton. I've always wanted to try you.
Right.
I think I can take you. Outside.
Do you guys have any bouncers that you just sit around thinking about if you could take?
I'm trying to think of that if I've ever been.
So here we are. Let's go. Come on, hot shot. Come on. Let's do it. Go, Dirtball. Where you going? Hey, Moose, get back here. Dickhead. What are you guys, 7 dwarfs or something? Get out of here.
I did just notice that the bouncing staff was everyone there was 3 times as big as Patrick Swayze.
Right.
Well, I think that's a little foreshadowing, right? Everybody thought he'd be bigger.
That's a good point. Oh, he's got some Chaps cologne. There was some product placement I've never noticed before for Chaps. They decided to put it right when Patrick Swayze is giving himself his own stitches.
It's like prison stitches or
yeah,
something, right?
but that's who Chaps is going for.
Name's Dalton, right?
I don't know you.
My name is
I'm a
Tillman.
villain in every movie you've ever
Frank
seen.
Tillman. I have a little club outside of Kansas City called the Double Deuce.
So did he come looking for Dalton specifically?
Used to be
Yeah.
a sweet deal.
And he had the limo he got at the airport and everything. He had the full.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
The double
Oh, it is a bolo for what it's worth.
Bolo.
I'd like to make.
I noticed it
for myself.
when they did the profile shot, but I didn't
I
want
need
to
somebody
correct
to
you.
help me clean the place up.
You're so sweet.
I need the best.
You're sweet like
And he-
Dalton.
Wade Garrett's the best.
Wade Garrett's the
Wade Garrett's
best.
getting old.
So wait till you see his
Still the
pubes.
best.
I want you.
To want me?
And I'm not a doctor, but shouldn't he
tonight.
wash that before he starts stitching himself up?
Yeah. Maybe get
His
the blood
whole-
pouring out of his arm.
Yeah.
I run the show completely.
Damn straight.
Job's done. I walk.
We generally don't see good
I've got your
medical
plane
decisions
ticket right here.
or intelligent medical professionals
fly.
during this movie. Don't say it.
Too dangerous.
Statistically,
Well,
that's
when
false.
do I
Bill.
expect you?
I'll get there.
Just in case you
Dalton
weren't
can't
sure.
be good at everything. He's a good bouncer. He's not good with.
No, this guy looks like a bad guy too.
Risk management.
Right.
By the way,
He's not an actuary.
bandstand's all yours. What's that supposed to mean?
He looks like
outta
he's
here.
been on Law and Order.
Yeah.
Great.
SVU is one of the.
Yeah,
I think he was one of the dead guys.
yeah.
You know, I thought you'd be bigger.
Drink.
Drink.
Yeah.
What is it? You drink anytime there's a iconic line, or anytime you could say that's what she said.
Holy shit. I actually have a drinking game, I think, in there for Roadhouse. We're not going to do it because we'll be drunk and. Hold on.
Yeah. He's gone. All right, so there's some debate over what happens when he gives the keys to this gentleman. Is he giving up the car?
What I look like, a valet?
Keep it. It's yours.
Thank you, guy from Action Jackson. Mercedes from New York, because he went to Columbia, as we will learn later when he gets cut again.
Is it NYU, bud? Wasn't it?
Oh, cassette. Of Jeff Healy.
Another product placement, of course.
Yeah. Jasper, Missouri.
Steve Perry, like Journey Steve Perry.
It could be.
It probably. I think it is.
I hope it is. Explain the hair. Double deuce.
Maybe if they got a better sign, they'd attract a better clientele.
So the screenplay is by David Lee Henry and a lady. Whose name I did not catch.
It's pretty cool.
One of my favorite parts of watching Roadhouse is to listen to a line and imagine someone typing it and then going, oh yeah, I just got it.
Right.
So the street toughs now.
I miss smoking in movies, man. There's no replacement for
no.
looking cool.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna vape.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the shirtless guy.
Yeah. By the way, we saw our first appearance of former NWA World Champion Terry Funk.
Terry Funk.
Did he have a character name, or was he just Terry Funk?
He has a character name, but
I mean, not in the movie, but like his wrestling name was just,
Terry Funk.
Was just Terry Funk.
Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't change it if that was my name either.
Yo, Steve. Fuck them, they're brothers. Use it on me.
That's actually a good point by that guy.
yeah.
You know,
It's redneck code.
It is.
Steve kind of has, and maybe I'm biased because of his name, but he seems to have the deck stacked against him because technically he's correct in a couple of these situations.
Yeah. I would agree. As you're again foreshadowing, he is on break later when he gets shit canned.
I mean, and he's making good use of his time if you
Right.
think about it.
And if really that's the worst thing happening,
Yeah. And it's not.
right?
You like how he changed from Don Johnson to whatever look it is now?
Yeah, you're right.
Is it a suede jacket?
It's like a suede shirt and a suede jacket.
It's a suede jacket.
Yeah, suede on
If
suede.
I had an unlimited budget, I would dress Bill to see what goes with his Roadhouse hair, what Patrick Swayze outfit.
All right, I want to ask before we go any further with this: do y'all think she's hot or not?
Right now, no.
Yeah.
But in 1989, as a teenage boy,
Right.
that's in your...
Hey, vodka
She was the
rocks.
thing.
Oh, this guy!
You say you and me get nipple to nipple.
This guy stole this part of the movie.
That without you.
He's actually hammered right now. I don't think he's acting.
No, he's a method actor.
I just can't believe that line didn't work.
I like to think that he's doing acting workshops where that's the intro clip they show, and like he explains the scene.
You're not drinking, you're out of here.
It doesn't even sound hot. Let's get
So-
nipple to nipple. Like,
Yeah.
what are we gonna? What are we? We're cuddling naked.
There's
Like,
only one way to find out.
What if one is taller significantly than the other? Right.
I'm Carrie Ann. You need anything, you just let me
Keep
know.
her cigarette away from his hair.
yeah, right,
Could have ended tragically.
right.
Yeah, we were about to have a Michael
got a
Jackson
name?
Pepsi
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Well, what is it?
Dalton.
Oh my God.
You know how they have that thing where you can watch that YouTube video where Johnny's the good guy in Karate Kid?
Yeah.
Could you do one of these where Patrick Swayze's the bad guy and
Oh,
Wesley's
easy.
the yeah?
Yeah, that's my life's work. Is other than uncovering Robert Banquet and bringing him from obscurity.
Where's
I want to make
Banquet?
sure he's
Yeah.
mad at me.
Where this is one of the great like again, did they write this or was this? Did he just?
The director, Rowdy, whatever, figured this out.
I like to think that he improvised this and the cameraman. Yeah.
By the way, Terry Funk's real name is Terry Funk.
That checks out.
Get him out of here.
A wrestling family, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Dory Funk was his dad?
Dory, yes, and Dory Funk Jr. was his brother.
Wait, what's his first name? Doy?
Dory,
Dory was his dad.
like the lesbian fish.
Oh,
And
yeah.
his only regret was he had aged out of being a bouncer by the time he
Yeah.
was cast.
Right.
Gotta drain the main thing, man.
Play. That's one of my favorite parts too. God, that guy looks so dumb.
So at the Double Deuce, in between when the band's playing, is that The Wanderer by Dion?
Yeah.
He's sneaking up on a blind guy. He said shush. Well, he does have heightened hearing.
He smelled his hairspray.
Right.
Thanks, man.
So you played pretty good for a blind white boy.
Yeah, and I thought you'd be bigger.
Drink.
Drink.
Oh, now you're doing it. Good to see you.
Same here, man.
Oh, the boys and I heard you were coming into town.
And by the boys, I mean my balls.
This toilet is worse than the one that we worked in Dayton.
Really?
I used to live in Dayton.
Mean scene around here, man.
On purpose?
Can you
Blood
verify?
on the floor in this joint every night.
Did you know Jeff Ely?
Hey, Hank, you know who that is?
No.
So, did we ever... bandana. Did we ever
pretty
get
crappy
from
little
Micah, like, in the restaurant community, like, do people, like, know bouncers and, like, kind of, there's, like, a bouncer network?
We didn't.
Guy at the end of the bar is fucking Dalton.
All right, the guy with the overbite is...
John Doe from the band X.
Yes. Thank you for stealing my thunder on the one guy I know in this movie, Steve. But yes.
You're welcome.
Oh, shit.
Listen.
What's your name, buddy? Coffee Black.
One thing I love about this movie, too, is right at the tail end of movies where they said bullshit and goddamn, like, you know, like in Rambo and all those other movies, and the way they say it, bullshit.
For $20.
So,
That guy's so sweaty, he's sweatier than me at our photo shoot.
are you ready for my best trivia of the night?
Yeah, since you took my only trivia.
Yeah, well, good. Well, that is. So the guy that said you can kiss him
Yeah.
is a voice actor, best known for playing Cobra Commander.
Oh, that's the Cobra Commander guy?
Yes.
So he's the Starscream guy, too.
Correct?
Oh, I hear it.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Are you gonna kiss him or not? I can't. What do you mean you can't? I ain't got $20.
How dare you?
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, he backhanded him.
Slight breach of etiquette.
Yeah. It
Should
is.
have told him that he didn't
He should have had a
$20.
velvet glove on him to slap him in the face. How dare you fondle my wife's breast? Oh.
And Dalton hasn't fixed it yet.
This guy's like, what's all the ruckus? Could you describe the ruckus, sir?
So Friday night, he's also looking at blueprints too.
He's got dreams.
Yeah. His dream.
Oh, the woman who gets her punched in the face.
Oh, good.
Gorilla press slam. It's a solid right.
Was this movie before or after, like, Dirty Dancing and Ghost? You guys know?
I think it had to be after Dirty Dancing. I think it's a sandwich between Ghost and the Dirty Dancing. Yeah.
Like, I'm just wondering, was he trying to change his... Was he like, I'm tired of these, like, pussified movies where I'm like, you know, dancing with some chick, I'm a ghost, I'm going to be the best damn cooler in the business.
I think it's one of those Back to the Future Teen Wolf situations where, like, you're just doing
You're just
stuff
on
and you don't
fire.
realize
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of them's going to blow up.
Right.
Fuck. Anybody got a mirror?
I don't think he realized how much he was going to change the world
Oh,
with
shit.
his acting career in general. Right? I think he was just happy to have a gig.
Yeah.
That's true. That's probably true.
How'd you like to tell us what the fuck's going on? Couldn't help us out or not?
I'll let you know.
You know, I heard you had balls big enough to come in a dump truck, but you don't look like much to me.
Opinions vary.
Why does he get so pissed about that?
Because his real name is Terrence Funk. And you're just angry all the time.
Later.
Now, why are you interrupting the
Take
blind
care.
guy?
See you guys.
Dude, this guy's getting some serious trim.
Dalton character, what's his story?
Story is, you fuck with him and he'll seal your fate.
Yeah, so far he hadn't shown me shit.
The way he cusses is so good.
Terry Funk, by the way, after this movie, moved into an angle with Ric Flair.
Wait, moved into an angle? What does that mean?
After
Is that
this,
wrestling?
yep, so Ric Flair had completed a series of wrestling matches with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And then after Ric Flair won the title back, and he was in a rare time as a good guy, Terry Funk came out to congratulate him and didn't like the way that Ric Flair responded to that. To which Terry Funk then strangled Ric Flair on television and then pile drove him, or conducted a pile driver on him through a table.
Well, that backstory is very helpful because it makes me understand why when Dalton's just said opinions vary, he looked at him like he was about to kick his ass.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is he's got a pretty short fuse.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much to piss him off.
Yeah.
All right, what's happening in the car situation here now? So he gave the other guy the Beamer. No, this guy. I don't remember if we talked about this last time, but Dalton has this way of somehow just... He decides whether you're like a good guy or a bad guy just based on your look. So if you're an old guy with a cigar,
you're good.
He's going to salute you and smile.
It's like his superpower.
Yeah, it really is.
It's his philosophy degree.
Right.
Playing off. Paying off.
So yeah, what happened to his Mercedes?
He gave the guy from Action Jackson.
Right.
No, not that. Not the Mercedes. Where did the Mercedes go?
Sorry, the Beamer. No. I don't know. I thought it was the Mer.
He gave one car away.
We're never going to get
Gets
this
in the
right.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
And then comes to see, quote, Sunshine, quote, Parker.
You the one that's got a room to rent?
All right.
Come on.
I'll tell you, this is the time that the first time I saw this and I was still coherent, I started to be like, what am I watching?
You honest?
I mean, up to this point, it was pretty straightforward.
Expect me to believe that?
No, this is some...
It's like Matthew from Anne of Green Gables pops in. He's like...
Let's take a moment to be quiet to enjoy some of the great dialogue here.
Okay, sure. Good call, Steve.
Thank you. The appearance of the true hero of the film.
When does the dialogue start?
Keep waiting for Unfortunate Son to come on, right?
Would be good.
Right.
And maybe that's why. Here it comes.
There's my 80s goddammit.
Drink.
Yeah. No, I think what Steve's talking about is this next line here.
Next several lines. And there he is. Ben Gazzara, who you will learn about as we go on today. Someone who I have done a recent in-depth Ben Gazzara.
And by the way, if you're not watching along, there's not a helicopter near my house. This is in the movie. Ben Gazzara.
I swear he does that just to piss me off.
Oh, good drink again.
Yeah, you have to drink for that. I don't know why, but
Here,
that is a sweet
arrives.
suit.
It is, and a good hat.
What is that, linen?
Not sweet.
Like horses, do you?
They like me.
Whatever.
Steal 'em,
Shut up, Dalton.
No, sir.
Please listen.
Yes, I will steal your horses.
Calling me sir is like putting an elevator in an outhouse. Don't belong. I'm Emmett.
It's like Shakespeare came back. Kind of shook hands. The helicopter's gone already.
Shh, hold on. Great dialogue coming up.
So what do you think?
Just kidding. We can talk.
Well,
Are those Swayze nipples?
I'll take
Are they
it.
hard?
I hope so. Yes and yes.
Must have been 20 people look at that room this past year. No phone, no television, no conditioned air, no tolerance for the fragrance of nature. Nobody wanted it. How come you do?
Just too persuasive for me, I guess.
Killing me,
It
dog.
ain't the money, you understand, but if I don't charge you something, the Presbyterians around here like to pray for my ruination. How does $100 a month strike you?
Fine.
You can afford that much?
If it keeps you in the good graces of the church.
Ain't peculiar.
That
how
was
money
a very
seems to do that
specific
very thing.
Presbyterian
I know.
dig. I wonder if like one of the writers was like, "This is my chance. I'll show those
It
Calvinists."
was like the
So-
it was like the Chaps placement.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
They put a bid out put it out for bid to all
Right.
the denominations.
Best damn cooler in the business.
I was watching last night,
Now on, he's
getting
in
the
charge
levels
of all
right,
of our business.
and I was like,
He says,
it feels like there had to be a lot of writers involved in this because some of these lines
No.
sound completely different than other lines. All right, Steve says no. Thanks, bud. This is improv 101.
Listen, it's Roadhouse. This is
They
different.
just trusted these fine
You don't have the
actors.
right
to-
temperament for the trade.
No, but there's no cohesive
asshole.
feel
What
to the
am I
writing
supposed
at
to
all.
do?
There's always barber college.
I use that in daily life.
You're a dead man.
Terry Funk could beat the shit out of Dalton.
Oh yeah.
No way.
You don't think so?
No, Dalton's unbeatable.
You're probably right.
You're out too. We're selling booze here, not drugs.
She was expendable. I don't even remember seeing her up to this point.
Anybody else here dealing?
He changed to black.
I'm telling you straight.
Yep.
It's my way or the highway.
I'm sure they had a wardrobe
So anybody wants
consultant.
to walk through it now.
They were like,
Is his shirt on backwards? Look at that.
it might be. It's a really
Like a
tight
turtle-
crew neck.
Like a turtleneck.
Yeah.
A mock turtleneck.
Yeah.
It's like a
Steve
mock
loves.
of a mock.
Sub mock.
It's like a
People
baby
who
gap.
really want to have a good time won't come to a slaughterhouse.
Rand Paul
We've got
designed that.
entirely too many troublemakers here. Too many
I don't know.
40-year-old
Yeah,
adolescents,
or empty-ish. Let me
felons,
finish this.
power drinkers, and trustees of modern chemistry. It's going to change.
Man, that sure sounds good. But a lot of the guys who come in here, we can't handle one-on-one.
Thank you.
Even two-on-one.
Don't worry about it.
So we
All
see
you have to do is follow
the
three
separate
simple
is like the
rules.
sheep and the
1,
goats being split. We see the good bouncers and the
never
bad
underestimate your
bouncers.
opponent. Expect the unexpected. 2, take it outside. Never start anything inside the bar unless it's absolutely necessary.
Steve, I've seen you give this motivational speech at work so many
Should.
times.
Hey, it works for the softball team.
Come on. If somebody gets in
These
your
are fat
face,
guys, so we're
and
seeing
calls
kind
you
of like a
cocksucker,
bad news bears of the bouncers. We see fat guy,
Okay.
Yeah, I expect to see him with like a
Yeah.
big,
Ask him to
supersized
walk.
Snickers.
and
Be
also
nice.
too for some reason the
you
band
won't
led
walk,
by a
walk him,
blind
but be
Canadian
nice.
is sitting
If you
with
can't
the
walk
bouncer
him,
group to hear
go the
this
other
this
way.
pep talk,
And you will both.
just in case.
He wants to know he's safe.
Yeah,
And just he's the
want
first
you to
one off the
remember-
bench.
that's a good point.
That's the job.
He's got super hearing, so
It's
he can tip them
nothing
off on
personal.
when something's going to happen.
And I would say he's got nowhere else to go, but he had
and personal.
all those babes.
Yeah, and Steve's talking.
It's 2 nouns combined to elicit a prescribed response.
If you don't want
I wonder if somebody calls my mama a whore.
Is she?
And then Steve confronted a dark secret
I
in his
want
life.
you to be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Well, how are we supposed to know when that is?
You won't. I'll let you know. You are the bouncers, I am the cooler. All you have to do is watch my back and each other's. Take out the trash.
1, 2, 3.
737 coming out of the sky. Oh, won't you take me down to Memphis on a midnight run? I wanna move. Yeah, travel to man.
There's a lot of Hawaiian shirts, I just noticed.
Yeah. It was a weird time for fashion.
This is a Sears credit card. Really?
Right on
The
time.
girl in the middle is wearing a like an early '90s get up or something. The Jim and the
This
holograms.
movie was just ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Let it unlet it.
Let it.
All right, so
Look, he gave him
smiled,
the
so
look. Yeah,
he must be a good guy.
exactly.
And we know John Doe,
Sticky fingers.
who, by the way, should be credited for like really embracing looking weaselly. Like he has greasy hair.
He's
got
so
a
good in this movie, really.
molester mustache.
Hank.
Good bouncer. You notice his hair's starting to look more like Dalton's.
Come on, darling.
Yeah,
he knows how
you're
to
right.
suck up to the boss.
Get her down off there. What do you say? I say let her dance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do I do?
Come on, baby.
Be nice.
Oh, we don't want you. Come on, motherfucker.
One of my favorite scenes. This is a very well directed scene. Not being facetious.
Right.
Where Dalton Dash.
Or edited.
Dalton kicks the ass
Yeah.
of Kevin Cronin.
Oh my God! It's Jason Bourne.
Did you see that shit?
Look, Steve has a newfound respect.
Yeah, not gonna last.
I know it doesn't keep him from his Saturday night thing, but
Again, he was on his break.
I totally agree.
Why did he whisper to the blind guy? The blind guy heard it.
Real good.
Right.
The name is Dollar.
The fragrance is Chaps.
Yeah.
Oh, nice zoom.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
You're going to be my regular Saturday night thing, baby. Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about you.
He must have a long crank, too. That's position.
Steve. Your history.
When I'm on my break.
When he says that, he sounds like John C. Reilly at the beginning of Step Brothers when he's like, "What if I want wings?"
I love also how the young lady is not ashamed of being caught, of being in a storeroom on somebody's break.
Right.
But of a hot Swayze burn.
Yeah.
For 6 shots a bottle on drafts 1 every 10. I figure he's costing you about $150 a night.
Again, the band is still.
So?
His comeback was so.
Severance pay. Take the train.
I didn't hear you say that.
I'm saying it now.
You sure?
Get out.
Seeing the beginning of the brave stances against the establishment of the town of Jasper, Missouri.
Yeah, this is what really starts everything.
It really provokes the revolution.
It'll get worse before it gets better.
It's a great point, Steve, because to this point, Wesley's checked him out, but he's still...
He's not a threat.
The doc hasn't come in yet. There's no real reason to be pissed until this point. But this wasn't a Steve situation. He had to fire this guy because he was skimming. I mean, $150 a night's nothing. In Jasper, Missouri, that's like $10,000 of Richmond money.
His rent's $100 a month, right? So
exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And maybe that's why they use that to establish, so we have the value of why is he so upset.
Right.
And you go to Brad Wesley's house. So I will like to call out one of my favorite characters in this movie, the very tall gentleman.
Yeah.
Whose name in the movie escapes me, but we will have some backstory on him in real life.
Please.
really important, clearly.
Well, he is. Well, his name in the movie is Mountain, which is never stated. Only he said, Brad Wesley says, "I love this guy," and pinches his cheek, which will happen in a moment.
Right. By the way, a little bit to unpack here that I never saw before. She pulls down that one guy's jeans, and he has swim trunks under his jeans.
He's prepared.
This guy.
This guy dancing.
That
is Mountain.
I love this guy.
Steve, I bet Gazzaro picked that robe, don't you think? That pink
Probably
robe.
owned it.
Yeah.
So,
His personal collection.
the gentleman whose cheek was just pinched acted by the name of Tiny Ron. Pardon me. I have to be quiet. There's about to be some Swayze butt cheeks.
Yeah.
John!
What has she got there, Steve?
Shut up. By the way, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Eric, who's not here today.
Yeah.
Brought you some breakfast.
Recently choked on a brekkie at Bogo's Bagels. Is recovering well. We wish him the best.
To get that reference, listen to last year's episode.
I hope he gets rid of hepatitis E. Oh, Swayze man-ass.
They are.
I'm sure all those years in acting school just paid off for her, too.
Oh, it wasn't too hard. I mean, you know.
She gonna
I didn't
ask
mean
if
to
this
say
could be
hard.
the regular Sunday thing.
Yeah, right. I've always wondered, I guess when you're built like Swayze, you don't worry about you just get out naked. If it was me, I'd be like,
Fire the bartender.
could you turn around?
He was skimming.
Had the sheet pulled all the way around.
Right, I'd pull over the sheet or I'd apologize or something.
Well, I believe Patrick Swayze was a trained dancer.
Yes.
I think kept that build.
Shouldn't have, that's all.
And apparently lack of underpants.
Here you go.
As he went straight commando into his jeans.
Right.
Thank you.
And naturally lit a cigarette.
And it's a breakfast. It's a donut.
Oh, he wants nothing to do with
It's
that.
a jelly
He
donut.
wants a protein shake.
But
He's
it's
like,
not
I
a
want
joke.
coffee and to finish my
I just
cig.
think I'm looking at a dead man.
My leaded coffee.
Seems everywhere I go, I hear that same joke.
Yeah, well, something tells
Not
me
really
you
a
bring
joke.
it on yourself.
All right,
That was
Brad
pretty
Wesley.
judgy of her.
Yes.
All right, one of my favorite scenes.
Yes.
Ben Gazzara, the great actor. And
Is he wearing?
I don't mean that as a sarcastic statement.
All right, Steve, you're going to be breaking down some Ben Gazzara stuff.
Well, let's see if he's wearing a bandana.
I think
or
he
an
might
ascot.
be wearing a bandana, Bogdanovich style.
He's got a bandana, but it's not the Bogdanovich style.
Okay. It's a distinction that very few will get, but you need to break it down for us.
Mm-hmm. But we're establishing that
this is a power
Brad
move.
Wesley does what he wants. He's not worried about anybody else.
You don't need no stinking lines.
Another one of the good ones here. Watch
Yeah.
his
We'll
face.
figure it out pretty
New
quickly.
windshield's gonna cost you more than that old beater's worth.
See, he's smiling.
He laughed. It's like we're friends.
Well, I
We're
like
best
this,
friends.
so order me one, would you?
It'll take a few days. Here, all I can get you now.
Great.
They all have this like knowing banter. It's like between
The double deuce.
the good guys and Dalton.
Well, he establishes very quickly if you're good or not.
Right.
You want to put in a standing order now?
No, I'll pay as I go. Dalton.
Red Webster. How long you gonna be in town?
Not very long.
That's what I said 25 years ago.
Really? What happened?
Oh, I got married to an ugly woman. Don't ever do that. It just takes the energy right out of you.
Someone wrote that down.
She left me, though. Found somebody mugger than she was.
That also.
That's life. Who can explain it? Oh, that's $5.
So, why'd you stay on?
Oh, fell for the place.
So we get to see Wesley.
And
That's a bandana.
Oh, Brad.
Brad?
it's a paisley bandana.
Brad Wesley.
Is that right? No.
That's a bandana. though.
He's working at Double Deuce.
Ah, terrific. Hope you're going to clean that place up. Bad element over there. Well, anything I can do for you. Thanks, Brad.
Ooh, the villain, Jimmy.
Well, Red.
That guy was yanked right out of like Karate Kid
Beautiful day, isn't it?
as like one of the goons, you know,
Was.
but even more violent. Okay, here's the Mercedes.
Okay. So it's hidden at the farm.
Okay,
And he's
okay.
like, the Presbyterians find out.
Yeah, am I gonna
Their
charge
shit's
you
gonna hit the
$100?
fan.
The Presbyterians want to wet their beak.
And he's doing some Tai Chi.
And he's just looking at him just like, God, he's got the ass of a...
And he's having some feelings. I mean,
Oh, he is.
I think this is one of those movies, too, that you get to watch this and, like, if your life could go
Right.
a couple different directions.
And it doesn't make you gay. I will... admiring and enjoying this.
No. It's like watching a magnificent work of art.
Right.
It's like Michelangelo's David, except with more throat ripping.
And baby oil.
And the same amount of underpants.
Yeah.
It's his role model.
So there's Brad Wesley. He's got some serious riding gloves
He switched up looks here.
for his
He's-
ATV.
Yeah.
Well, I would think he should, as a
leather
bandana
vest.
guy, he should be wearing a bandana right now.
Do you think, in all seriousness, that the bandana thing was a nod to
It could be.
Peter Bogdanovich?
They worked extensively together, including a recent Peter Bogdanovich movie. And by the way, this part of this episode is we've recorded this in the past.
Yes.
To make sure that if the world wasn't around in the year Thanksgiving of 2020,
Yeah.
when President-elect Kanye West is leading us in a battle against the Martians, we want to record this now. So we've been looking for Origin of Species, trying to find a sponsorship from local breweries, including, and you'll bleep this if we don't get it,
Yeah.
Hardywood,
Right.
of whom I'm drinking their Great Return right now. It will
Right.
help me not pronounce Bogdanovich correctly as the night goes on. But we are going to take a break to get back to the movie.
You don't get it, do you?
Brad Wesley's Goons.
Why don't you explain it to me?
I'll explain it to you.
Shut up,
No,
shithead.
Yeah, seriously.
Mr. Tillman has changed his mind. And that's all you need to know, son.
No, I'm afraid I'm going to have to know a little bit more.
I like the attorney
Mr.
guy.
Tillman may own this bar, but the liquor he
Except
serves
he's
is
a
supplied
bleeder.
to him by Brad Wesley. Pat McGurn is in the employ of Mr. Wesley, his uncle, not Mr. Tillman.
You see, I'm staying, and you're going. Oh, really? That's right. Sit down.
He pulls out the Crocodile Dundee knife.
Right now. What's the matter, you chicken dick? What are you afraid of? Me? That it, Dalton? You scared to fight me? You big, bad Dalton. What do you want to kiss and make up?
And now it's on. Oh, roundhouse kick through a window.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, I was just about to get my sandwich.
Oh, cut by a fat guy. Who I want to say was like a stock actor on like 80 sitcoms. Like he was like a guest star on like Sanford and Son. I think often, whoever that guy is. Polar Bear Fellow Me guy. Which if you watch Roadhouse, you know who I'm referring to. Oh, Proto Swayze comes in. Those are some solid punches.
This guy is a bleeder. Look, he's already bleeding.
Yeah.
Wesley? Oh, the left hook.
Into another set of glasses.
His face after the left hook was hilarious. I've never noticed that before. Oh. Dude, he literally hit him in like the front butt, dude.
Oh. Get up! Hey, get up! Get up! You're out of here.
Oh boy. And here's a crucial moment in the movie where
Doc.
we finally meet Doc.
So much hotter than the VO5
plastic lady.
commercial lady.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dr. Clay.
Dr. Clam?
I was about to say.
Ooh, that's a good
I don't think
one.
I ever noticed before her last name. I think she said Clay. Clay. I could have never told you that.
She's credited IMDb as
You're
just
Bob?
Doc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll do.
So we're pretending it's
Nice
Dr. Clay.
place. They send a lot of business my way.
It's actually his butt in the drawing.
It's his butt.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How about yourself? Well, Mr. Dalton, you may add 9 staples to your dossier of 31 broken bones, 2 bullet wounds, 9 puncture wounds, and 4 stainless steel screws. That's an estimate, of course. I'll give you a local.
No, thank you.
Why?
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt.
Most of my
Words to
patients
live by.
would
Very
just-
true.
It's probably a
Yeah,
drinker.
that's just drink
Drink
just
for
out
that.
of respect.
We'll take your anesthesia for you, sir.
Pain do not hurt.
You always carry your medical records around with you?
With my resume.
Saves time.
Boss says you got a degree from NYU. What in?
Philosophy.
Bullshit.
So I did err earlier, said Columbia.
Discipline?
No, not really.
Sorry, Bill.
Man's search for faith, that sort of shit.
That shows you he doesn't really have a degree from NYU.
And also, somebody wrote that down.
Other guy
Who
like
does
you.
not have a
I
degree
know.
from NYU.
Neither does the writer
Yeah.
of this movie.
Lucky, I guess.
You know, she looks like if you were like, let's make a sexy, nerdy doctor. This is exactly what you would make. Like, I don't know a better way to put it. It doesn't
Right.
really make much
It's
sense
the
because that is
Sally
exactly what they
Jesse
did.
Raphael glasses.
Right.
Finish the look.
Do you ever win a fight?
Nobody ever wins a fight.
Oh, yes, shut up. Sorry, I love Dalton, but
That's the philosopher in him.
It is.
You're right.
I think
That's
that was-
also why
I think
he's
that
a
was
bouncer.
Descartes, wasn't it?
Yes, that was Plato.
I fight, therefore I lose.
Yeah.
If you'd like to stop by the
It was
doctor
Aristotle
sometime,
that said, "My way or the highway."
Happen to be in the neighborhood.
Also, we're all dust in the wind. No, that was so great.
Oh yeah, so great.
You know, for that line of work, I thought you'd be bigger.
Drink.
Gee, I've never heard that before.
Back to Brad Wesley's house,
tall
where,
is Swayze?
where there's a Bigfoot.
How tall? What? Steve, you know this because
I think he's short. I'm gonna check. I want to say 5'7".
Well, it's like all the action actors like Tom Cruise and all those guys are all.
he's not a midget.
They're no taller than 5'5". Any scene with Wesley in it, I feel like we almost shouldn't talk.
5'10", by the way.
He's 5'10"?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he'd be smaller.
Line of the night so far. Good job.
So someone went to a contentious business meeting in a Bigfoot, by the way. I'm going to get chewed out by the boss.
Bigfoot!
Yeah. Leave the Sentra.
Did I explain it wrong?
That's a great question.
Is that it?
No, boss, you didn't.
Pat's got a weak constitution. You boys know that. That's why he's working as a bartender. He's my only sister's son. And if he doesn't have me, who's he got? And if I'm not there,
sister?
you're there. Should have let you go, Jimmy. Well, one of you boys owes me an apology. Now, I leave it up to you to decide which one of you wants to say I'm sorry.
It really is a motley crew.
Sorry, boss.
I don't see the benefit that really any of them add. You have a fat guy.
Right.
The guy looks like he's been on a bender.
Right, the guy with the, yeah.
None of them looks
There's one thing
tough,
I can't
right?
stand. It's a man who's untruthful.
There's a guy that looks like a tennis pro.
Right, he looks like
I
a...
swear to God, boss, I'm sorry.
You disgust me, O'Connor. You want to know why you disgust me?
No, why, boss?
Oh.
Because you're a bleeder.
It's true.
You bleed too much. You are a messy bleeder.
And then he knees him in the nuts.
Is he bleeding down there?
Right.
You got no endurance for pain.
I will say that would have hurt.
I was about to say, this is one of the worst. It's a good Wesley scene in a way, but it's also like, kind of, he's supposed to be looking like a badass, but
well, help him up.
The little hit down like that is kind of,
yeah.
Well,
and the knee in the nuts. Yeah, his women's boots.
And you know why? Because I like you.
Oh.
That's also taken from Karate Kid because Kreese does that. Because I like you. I like you. And he punches.
Ben Gazzara, a well-regarded Broadway actor, first worked with Peter Bogdanovich in the movie Saint Jack.
Yes.
Which I recently watched. Which Gazzara played a series of characters I would call, you know, like the phrase hooker with a heart of gold?
Yeah.
He played like a pimp with a heart of gold in several movies.
Yeah.
Boats, by the way. Sorry if I yelled
Boats.
at Boats. The appearance of Boats. Which I claimed from the last episode.
Yeah.
It's a great spot to be, right? People leave the double deuce.
Yeah.
Hey, I think I'll buy a boat.
Yeah. Impulse buy a boat.
On their way to the hospital.
Red.
He's got a gi on right now.
Sensei.
Red.
Right.
Yeah. What happened? Did you get robbed? Every week.
Why does Red stay? Because earlier he said something like, I fell in love with the place. But is he staying just because
I think he's staying to drive the plot of the movie, unfortunately.
What does he take?
I don't know how any business stays open where one of the primary businesses is boats.
Right. Brad Wesley wets his beak on your auto parts sales.
And there's a automobile dealership with an auto parts store right next to it, which doesn't seem like a good sign that the auto dealership is doing their job correctly.
Right.
Everybody paid?
Does a hobby horse have a wooden dick?
Hey-o. Oh, I like this.
Someone wrote that.
Yeah. And oh, God. No.
All right. So there is some nudity and some of the worst plastic surgery I've ever seen. She could not have come out of that surgery and said, are they supposed to point towards the sky?
Right. I do like in this movie that we're just getting to Wade Garrett, and we're 45 minutes or so into the movie.
But there is a patriotic nod that Wade Garrett's the best, but he shows respect to our military.
Yeah, you're right.
And so does that stripper with the boobs that are at is that a 45-degree angle? What angle is that?
I think that would be 45 degrees.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, shit, hell, kid, I'm in hog heaven.
What's Wade Garrett's the actor's name again?
Look at Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott.
And he's actually 29, I think, in this movie.
Is he actually 29? Are you?
No, but you believed it for a second.
I did because I know
he was born and he looked just like that.
All right, this is off the cuff. If you don't know, don't worry. But I was just trying to remember the other night. I was thinking about Sam Elliott movies. What was the movie that at the beginning of it, he picks up a chick at the grocery store and then dies while having sex with her at the beginning of the movie? It's like
tell me about
it's an
it.
it's an 80s or 90s movie. I'm
Are you sure?
gonna look it up.
I do know
No,
that
I'm not sure.
he was in Mask with Cher that was directed by Peter Bogdanovich.
That's right. He was in Mask.
Yeah.
I haven't seen.
Later.
I don't think
vaguely
I just
remember.
recently came to know that Peter Bogdanovich directed that.
I'm literally Googling Sam Elliott dies after sex.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure there was a
Did it
movie.
autofill it for you?
No, because I probably made Sibling Rivalry, a 1990 black comedy. Yeah, I believe that's what it is. Sibling Rivalry with Kirstie Alley. So basically, Kirstie Alley picks him up and has a little fling with him, and he dies mid-coitus.
Why won't you look me in the eye, Dalton?
I'm shy.
Not yet. Thank you, sir.
I'm good for now,
I
thank
said
you.
let's go to my place and...
Shout out to Bill Cannell who brings the turkey and also make sure we have full beers,
This is the way to do Roadhouse, man.
including beers
you
by
wouldn't even like it.
Hardywood
Yeah.
and my select beer, Great Return.
Say goodnight, Denise.
You know what would be great?
What?
Well, now we're definitely going to have to bleep one of those.
What?
It's okay. Oh, does Hardywood make Great Return?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind.
See,
Hardywood, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Why did I think that was... Oh, I was getting it confused with Falcon Smash from Triple Crossing, which we will now have to bleep one of these.
But maybe they'll be our sponsor.
Well, if you're hearing all of these beeps, we didn't get either of them.
Yeah.
Or anybody else for that matter, but...
Uh-oh. All right, Wesley's Posse,
Right.
including...
He kind of looks like a J. Crew model
All right,
now.
but he did also... They snuck up to the bar. It's like, we're going to sneak up and start trouble. What should we drive? Well, I'm driving the Bigfoot.
Right.
No one will notice that.
Right. I hope that Gravedigger doesn't come tonight.
So, Tennis Pro.
Right boot.
Oh, I love this part.
Oh, because I
This-
want one.
that-
Is that
yeah.
real? Can you get that?
No.
And if you could, would it be sticking out?
That's the prop department.
I think in Boys Life magazine, you know, the Boy Scout thing where you can
Yeah.
save up like 100 gumball wrappers
Yeah.
and you send it in. I think you can get a knife boot.
Right.
Your son's
Or
an
maybe
Eagle
a boot.
Scout.
Yeah.
You should ask him.
You're too stupid to have a
Gosh,
good
I wish we could almost rewind that part because he goes, haka! And a prosthetic leg goes up and then Dalton just twists it around.
Oh.
Dalton is wearing pleated, like, rayon khakis, if that even makes sense. Boy, get your hands up, guy. That guy's just getting his ass kicked.
All right, so we see Doc arrive on the scene.
Wearing
As a giant
tablecloth.
fist fight is happening
It's picnic night.
in a parking lot of a bar that has a Bigfoot. Open. Ball punch.
Dalton just broke that guy's fibula.
Then earboxed him. Oh, Proto Dalton.
Proto Dalton is kicking
Fat
some
guy.
ass.
I thought that was Jeff Healy for a second.
Yeah. I like how the good fat guy actually can kick some ass. Our fat guy.
Because he's good.
The other fat guy just gets
Give me
stuff
the
falls
biggest
on him.
guy in the world. You smash his knee, he'll drop like a stone.
That's a good point.
Now look, this is like the moment in Billy Madison where Veronica Vaughn, for no reason, falls in love with them.
Yeah.
After he just
Like,
tried to grab
she
her
should have
boob.
been run-
She should be freaked the fuck out right
Yeah.
now.
She'd be back in her Jeep, but she's ready.
You...
She didn't tease those bangs for nothing.
That's true.
All right, so we've never noted Bonnie's Grill home cooking. So we
Yeah.
have boats,
Yep.
Double Deuce, car dealership, Red's Place,
Yep. The laundromat. Well, I don't know what it's
laundromat.
called,
That's
but-
right. You gotta wash all the blood out of your clothes.
Are you always better than they are?
What a weird question.
Never been put down.
So Bill met his wife, so be careful.
Really?
Put down like a dog?
The ones who go looking for trouble are not much of a problem to someone who's ready for them.
Someone
I
wrote that.
suspect it's always been that way.
Look, he's one of the good ones. He's passing out over his coffee.
Somebody has to do it.
Somebody's got to pay somebody to do it.
Might as well be you.
So, Bill, have you ever actually gotten to the end of this movie?
Better take you home.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we watched it all the way through.
Oh, you did with your daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say because I probably watched the first 45 minutes, the first hour, 4 or 5 times before I actually watched it through the full first time.
Yep.
And then I just kicked myself after, like, how did I not watch the end of this? It's so.
Tonight's red.
Oh,
that was the movie, not me.
Social drink.
Yeah. What are you drinking over there?
This is an Unveiled Brewing Company brown ale.
Ooh.
I got it because it's got a cute little bear on there.
That's a solid reason.
Your fan club?
They are devoted.
You live some kind of life, Dalton.
Too ugly for you.
I didn't say that.
But yes.
If only you were a little bigger.
Right. If only you were more handsome or bigger. Again, I just want to recap. She's his doctor. She saw him get into a melee where he kicked the living bejesus out of like a bunch of ruffians.
Yeah.
They had a cup of coffee, and now they're basically in love.
Was that? I think it was the high test coffee there at. Was it Bonnie's Diner?
Yeah, Bonnie's.
It's
yeah.
like the love potion.
I was just that song was just popped into my head exactly. And now he knows what's coming, so he's waiting on the hood of his car.
Yeah.
Here comes.
He's got the high ground, right?
Yes.
It's like military tactics.
Right. He's all dressed up, ready to go. Here comes the bleeder and the big boy
and the fisherman's jacket. That's good.
Mm-hmm. You can still see the suspenders.
We've been
underneath
looking
them.
all over for you.
I've been right here on the hood of my car.
Mr. Wesley wants to see you. Let's go.
For a minute, Steve, I thought you were going to miss the Wesley.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
After you.
You missed the romantic kiss, though.
Did I?
This is the only part of the
I don't
whole
like
movie.
this music doesn't have any heart.
I had the time of my life.
Ooh, you can dig that. This is the one time where I find her attractive. I don't know, something about it's the hair's down or something, or up. I mean,
or the black eye.
Yeah.
Listen, I like what I like.
Well, it's not. She doesn't have all the makeup on.
Right.
Hey, Dalton.
I want some eggs.
He's like, fancy seeing you here.
And
Now suit yourself.
I think we all don't realize how bad this scene is without Ben Gazzara's great acting. Like, he takes...
That's a good point,
I mean,
actually.
he takes hot trash.
He really rescues
He owns this scene.
He does.
Look at the gesticulation with the fork and knife. It's
this is so good. Steve, talk about this part.
My grandfather.
It's like an important man.
Someone wrote this down.
He was an asshole. Why
But
do you
he sells it. Look how he is not mailing it in.
No.
You're just not too realistic.
I
Christ,
do.
I'm just like you.
Quick, ask your phone if he got at least nominated for this.
I don't want to know.
When I came to this town after Korea, there was nothing.
After Korea.
I brought the ball here.
Please,
I
everyone.
got the 7-Eleven. I got
quiet.
the photomat here. Christ, J.C. Penney is coming here because of me. You ask anybody, they'll tell you.
Ask anybody, they'll tell you.
Someone wrote
God,
all that down.
Finish your drink.
They wrote everything down that was just said.
You bet your ass I have.
They probably fought for
I wanna
hours
get
over
richer.
J.C. Penney.
Yeah, like what company?
Sears
What is
or-
it that
or Dollar
puts the
Tree.
mood over? Maybe he improvised. He's like, no, damn, it's not serious.
But
It's J.C.
Steve,
Penney.
you really have made a good point. These scenes with Ben Gazzara are very compelling, and if you were to swap him out, so if you think about the guy from the beginning, the Double Deuce owner,
Yeah, he couldn't pull it off.
he couldn't pull it like these kinds of scenes off. You'd
But I
be
mean,
bored.
but he's not. He actually probably practiced this and did this intentionally.
Yeah, he's pounding that tomato juice. And Bill, like you asked if you got nominated, I do wonder if going into this,
killed a man down there.
did Gazzara think like
Tells me you said it was
this could be my next Oscar nomination?
He was about 60 years old, and I think he said, "You know what?
Relax.
There's a check that comes with this."
Yeah, but he's not mailing it in.
No.
He lived the Brad Wesley life for like 6 months before this.
Yeah, you're right.
Talk about method acting.
Right. He was actually in conversations with J.C. Penney in real life.
Went to his grandfather and said, "You're an asshole."
Yeah. Some random town in Missouri has a J.C. Penney. They have no idea why.
And
it's
like,
Ben Gazzara.
The 7-Elevens have been, multiplying.
Yeah.
Shit, what did he say to him? They give him that face. He's like, "I'll never," whatever.
Yeah,
he insulted him. And the difference
between the new sign, rebranded.
Yeah. That's right, the new sign. I called that.
Looks like Famous Dave's barbecue.
Now he's dressed like a woman that just got back from Kohl's.
For some reason, young people in a convertible want to go here. Should go to Boats.
They were on their way to Boats and they saw the line and they were like, "Must be cool." Like she's got a skirt on, or jean, whatever you call it, jean skirt.
So you know what? Jeff Healey's playing a cover of Roadhouse Blues by The Doors. It has really hit me. Why is this movie called Roadhouse?
No clue.
And this might be it. There might have been some weird moment of they've got to figure out what to call this. And the blind guy was super hearing.
What would have been some alternate names for this movie?
Commando.
Yeah.
By the way, shout to Keith David in the background that I have no idea why a very solid actor is in a very bit part.
Although I can't think of a single movie he's been in, but I recognize him.
Have you ever seen They Live?
No.
With Roddy Piper,
I'm
directed
aware
by
of it.
John Carpenter.
Oh yeah.
And the greatest fight scene that's ever happened.
Okay.
In which he is involved with.
Whiskey's running low.
And a phenomenal voice, by the way.
Okay. Get this place just the way I want it, and now we're running out of booze. Called every supplier I know. Why won't they deliver?
Squeeze on him.
Yep.
Wesley, Ernie, give me the phone. I'll take care of it.
There she is.
Hi.
She's been out there for an hour and a half.
She's an angel.
So, what we know of Doc is she's had 2 lovers in her life that we're aware of.
Yeah.
Wesley
Dig a hole.
and Dalton.
Right.
Which, frankly, does not reflect very well on her.
No.
One, she was with Brad Wesley, or maybe it does, because I think, again, Brad Wesley's the true hero of this movie, that he was betrayed by her.
Right.
And 2, after a couple meetings with him, she's deciding it's time to...
Yeah, none of this makes sense.
Yeah.
It's time to seal her fate right now.
Oh gosh, this scene is kind of hard to watch.
So would you guys be happy with your daughters marrying a philosopher who's also a bouncer? I mean, does the philosophy thing, the intellectual side?
There's another part of this that I think factors in. It's a 3-legged table, the throat ripping. I think that balances out a lot of stuff. Like, there's some negatives, but a man that can rip someone's throat out.
Right.
Look,
He would
across
do that
the
to
street.
save our family too, right?
So again,
yeah,
she knows that's Brad Wesley's house, and she knows that he's out there in his RV watching.
You know, that's another great point.
She's really the villain of this movie.
Yeah, she's looking across. She knows exactly who's watching, and she doesn't even close the.
No, she opens it to see Brad Wesley's house.
She manages to make Brad Wesley a sympathetic character.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Oh, here we go."
Yeah.
Do you by any chance have a cold stone wall that we could make love up against?
So who, again with the idea of who wrote this down, as someone who saw this as before I had a driver's license, this scene all made sense to me. Like, obviously this is exactly how life
That's how it all works.
Yeah.
That's why I
But
came back.
how can an adult that's had any interaction with a woman think this makes any sense?
How come you never got married?
Is the same person? Well, It probably also was the one that did the Top Gun sex scene, because that was the one that I just remember being like, what's going on?
But at least
Is
there's
that
a
what it's-
bed involved.
I guess. There's like some
not
weird silhouette action.
I mean,
or something.
she would have to do there would be some stitching in the back of her skull
Right.
after the end of this.
Hey, listen.
But maybe
I
that's
think,
what the
you know
Aquanet worked for.
Actually, not to get too, but remember she had that whole thing where he likes pain, and she kind of was into that.
Pain don't hurt.
Maybe the whole brick wall. There's some sort of weird.
There's a whole S&M community.
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah, it could be.
Well, this took a turn I didn't think.
Yeah.
Time to take a sip from my great return from Hardywood.
She looks so happy.
Right.
She's gonna. Yeah, I went to Juilliard.
She's like going.
Why
up
is she
his
feeling
shirt.
his?
That's
boobs?
what I was just thinking.
Oh,
here we
that's
go.
not his boobs. So we've
She's
established
dressed for church.
that maybe the villain of this movie is Doc.
I'm
Opens
on
a
board.
window. So Brad Wesley, who brought J.C. Penney to this town, by the way,
in 7-Eleven.
She's not very grateful.
Yeah, she's not.
Well, she's rubbing it in his face.
Yeah. I mean,
Stonewall.
without him, she
They made
wouldn't
a
have her
th-
big gulps.
They made a thump sound, by the way. Did you hear
I
that?
just heard it for the
so
first
they,
time.
So they realized what was
They were
happening.
like-
She's being driven into a jagged
Nobody
stone wall
looks like
enough.
they're having fun right here.
How could you have fun? Her
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, they just bonked her head on the.
I don't think actually Patrick Swayze had ever kissed a woman before this.
And maybe she's concussed. Maybe that's how she made it through the scene. That thunk was when her skull
she's
slapped
laughing.
against, because she doesn't realize where she's at. She's like, "Are we at the circus again?"
Right. She's like, I believe I have to sit out for a week or so, whatever
She
the
would be
protocol
suspended.
is. Right.
She'd be in protocol.
Okay.
This is uncomfortable. But you know who else it's uncomfortable for?
DW.
Brad Wesley.
Mr. Wesley.
Anybody need anything?
Good for now. Now, we're recording this during a time that's very hot in Richmond, Virginia. And I'm imagining Jasper, Missouri is pretty hot too.
Oh.
So being butt-ball naked and sitting on like a slate roof, that doesn't sound like... I don't think that would be good for the O-ring, because Patrick Swayze is totally commando. And now being joined by Doc.
Who's also commando. Does it
She
count
is.
for commando for women too?
I think
that
so.
underwear's.
Oh, and there's a puppy kiss there because I mean, she's still concussed, so
I'm
I can't
sorry.
blame her. She's without agency right now because she's not sure where she's at.
I'm sorry for giving you a concussion.
You're gonna have a lot of pain when you get older, Dalton.
Hmm.
You could be crippled if you don't slow down.
Someone wrote that down.
Yeah, that's what they say.
You already know that?
No, I just said that's what they say.
Oh, she just like shumped him.
Smart ass.
You guy.
Where are you gonna go from here?
Into that filthy lake. By the way, a reminder, spoiler alert, the movie ends with them diving in the lake and having a swim where the trachea was thrown. The poor man-made lake. There's like a very like low rent modular home community.
It was symbolic, right? It was the closing. It's the closing
It
of
was.
the cycle.
Patrick Swayze's belly button is very odd. This is definitely that's like a deluxe Audi. I've never noticed. I've watched this officially too many times now because I've noticed his belly button.
I keep waiting for him to start talking about, you know, if Abraham Lincoln were a babe, he'd be Abraham Lincoln or something.
Yeah.
It looked a
All right,
little-
so Wesley's in a rocking
let's
chair.
just appreciate
round
Bill's
two.
reference to Wayne's World there while they're laying out looking at the stars.
So Wesley is in a rocker with a cigar.
With a tight cigar. This guy's hoping to get a glimpse of Dalton doing his
Both
kata.
of them.
Hang on.
What's his name? Sunshine Parker?
In quotes.
Yeah.
Oh, Ag Star.
Ag Star.
with you?
Paid $12 for that.
Yeah.
No lip, Lord.
Boy, they got their money's worth.
Listen,
I'm going.
when
I'm
this
gonna-
movie came out,
Agstar.com.
Kevin Agstar was like, "We did it, Dad.
Kevin Agstar.
Your dream's gonna come true. People are gonna see this in Roadhouse with Sunshine and Quotes Parker.
Right.
Now we're going to be able to afford rent at that place right beside Boats.
Yeah.
And 2 doors down from the 7-Eleven.
We're going to be the 6th company in Jasper.
That's right. Boy, the place looks good.
Hey, Cody.
Hey, bro, what's going on?
No chicken wire.
Too much.
He lives there, by the way. That's the thing you don't know.
They left him.
They just keep a loop.
No,
They
the
go,
drummer's
You're paid
back
to
there."
play.
So?
We've all worked in restaurants too. Like this restaurant doesn't open for like 4 hours,
Right.
and there's people scrubbing things. There's a blind
that's not
guy
real.
just sitting there. That part might be the most accurate.
Small town, huh, Dalton?
The truck's here.
Good bartender.
Okay, do you have to tell me everything that happens around here? Goodness gracious. Unload a truck.
And we'll see Jeff Healy again.
But
Because
he's established his dominance, right? They wanted to know.
They got to run. He's like, Dalton, I got to go number 2. Okay, let me know if you need anything.
Hey, Dalton, we're down to only 7 of those little pink cakes that go in the urinal. What do we do? Can you call Sam Elliott for us?
Miho. God, he is sexy. Now I want to know how old he was here.
Double douche.
He clearly says douche.
No doubt about it. Someone wrote that down too.
I actually think he might
Or do you think that
improvise
was
that.
improv?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
he
could have been that.
He probably didn't want to be there, so he did that to mess with them.
He's like, Ben Gazzara told me this was a bad idea.
Right.
This bar is closed.
Well, here's your favorite character.
I want to party with Gazzara and Elliot, not Swayze.
Terrence Funk, Tiny Ron.
The Bleeder.
Who the next time you watch Naked Gun is a very tall guy.
Buy you guys a drink?
You don't see his face.
Oh,
Terry Funk.
Guess not.
Oh yeah, he makes the face. You know he's ready to throw down.
I
when
like
he
how
just makes
Tiny
the
Ron
face.
is like on point. He's like, I'm not here to fight him. I'm here to break some stuff.
Can we? Yes, true. Can we appreciate the flexibility of his dockers as he's kicking these guys' asses?
Got a skinny little runt named Dalton working here.
He probably went to J.C. Penney's.
You're
and he
right.
had like the 3-sided mirror. He's doing all his high leg kicks and stuff.
He's like, I'll take 2.
Put me beer with you. I'll be back.
So multiple people in the
How you like that, Coach?
bouncing industry are well known.
He just punched Dalton in the junk.
Mind your own business, Dad.
Terry Funk brings it in this movie,
He
just
really
like Ben
does.
Gazzara. Tiny Ron.
You want to fight, dickless?
I sure ain't gonna show you my dick.
Someone wrote that down.
Another dick punch.
All you got to do is
Damn,
crush
that
his
hurts,
knee.
doesn't it?
Doesn't matter how big he is.
That's right. Which actually is a good lesson from Roadhouse.
Come to me, Bleeder.
If you gotta fight somebody, take their knees out.
He did not have such a good experience with a brick wall as Doc.
Right. It's a tale of 2 brick walls there.
And they brought the blind guy out to see what
Check
happened.
it out, dude.
It's like, why is my face hot? Where are we?
Kiss. Kiss. Kiss.
He's like, I smell Dracula Noir. Is that you?
Wade Garrett.
Exactly right.
These guys have, you know how they have like FBI's Most Wanted? Like on the wall, it's like, these are the best bouncers, guys.
It's like baseball cards.
Yeah, that's better.
Somebody I
Let
want
Jeff
Jimmy.
Healy pick him out too.
Right.
In 2000, he had 27 broken bones.
Right.
Jasper Community Hospital.
It should be Wesley Community Hospital. Right?
That's a great
She
point.
said you were all right. I'm fine.
Oh gosh, this next few minutes is.
Fucking do it.
She's just.
Hi.
She's bad news. If you were dating someone in real life, would you want someone who's seen all this stuff? Like you would, you would have a friend. Like if Wade Garrett was Riley's friend, to say she's a stage 5 clinger already,
Yeah.
and she's been banging Wesley. You need to get out of here.
Right. Right.
Yeah, he's like,
Has she told him to this point that?
no, she hit that.
Oh
from
no,
him.
somebody else tells him later.
Yeah.
He's like, he should date.
I'll show you one I'm real.
Oh.
No, here comes.
Hold it
Here
goes.
comes. This is
drink for
This is why it's
Sam
rated
Elliott.
R right here.
Pube cleavage.
Oh.
All right.
A woman?
Are those stunt pubes?
Prosthetic
That guy,
pubes.
Sam Elliott, was born with a full beard and pubes.
Wait a second. The what is it? The drapes don't match the carpet.
Yeah, some other place got to be.
I like the idea of stunt pubes, though.
Take this lady someplace where it's a little more romantic.
That would be nice if someone like interviewed for that.
Well, we better go.
I was at Target the other day, and I was looking for glasses.
I can't wait to hear how this.
And I went by.
Has something to do with pubes.
What is the adult diapers?
Depends.
And
I mean, I don't know.
And there was a guy that had there was a model on the Depends thing, and I know that like his career didn't go. You know what? I'm in this for Depends.
Right.
Maybe he says stunt pubes for Sam Elliott.
Right.
I'm just saying. I would say that's the same genre of modeling.
Right.
It's like, well, we really liked your work in Depends, but can we see your pube cleavage?
Right.
I'm like, holy cow, you've got a future guy.
They're
So
like,
what's the story here?
They're like, I think you're a little more Tom Selleck pubes. I don't know.
The story is that these are all red flags. Everything she does is a red flag.
Part where you tell me what a great guy your friend is?
Well, hardly.
Like the fact that she saw his pubes and go, hey, I forgot I have an appointment today. I need to go.
Well, I was wondering about the continuity of it all, right? They picked her up at night, and now it's daylight.
Oh,
They
yeah.
spent-
And
they
who
spent
knows
the
what
entire
else?
night at Bonnie's diner.
Or doing something else with his
Yeah.
pubes.
Trying to figure out the continuity in Road Hard is a
Road
fool's
Hard.
errand.
Road Hard.
Or
Oh, that's a great
Roadhouse.
alternate name.
Yeah.
There's another movie. That's the Adam Carolla movie. Sorry.
Yeah.
Road
That's
Hard.
the lost
Excuse
scenes.
me, gentlemen.
Excuse me, I'm going to go do something else that's a
He's
red
like-
flag. And he should say right now, it's like, you've got to get out of here.
Right.
That gal's got entirely too many brains to have an ass like that.
Okay.
Drink.
Settle- yeah, bad.
You got your hands full, kid. What's the matter?
I just now remembered I ripped a guy's throat out.
Well, he knows that's what he's thinking about, too.
Yeah.
It's like whenever Dalton has a pensive look.
Long way from Memphis.
Oh, shit. Someone wrote all this down.
This is the first reference to it, too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's the face. If he makes that face, that's what he's thinking about.
You're still dragging that shit around with you. It seems to me you'd be a little more philosophical about it.
How are you more philosophical about it? You
cut it the fuck loose.
All this was written down.
Also Aristotle.
You remember in the 80s they made a lot of movies into books after the fact? Like, I wonder if they made this one into a book afterwards.
And when a man sticks a gun in your face, you got two choices.
What are those two choices?
You can die or you can kill the motherfucker.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you have to rip his throat out. Did I miss something?
Don't mean to bust up the party or anything, but my shift starts in a couple hours.
All right, so
Thought I'd
she's
go home
also
and get a
been
little
up all
sleep.
night with two guys that she's just met. Now she's going to go.
She's going to go perform surgery.
Yeah.
Sleep I need when I'm dead. Thanks for the dance.
He's 29. He looks like he's 56, and his liver's like 99. But he's still the best damn cooler in the biz. She shows up at the doctor's office. She smells like Bonnie's,
Oh, gosh.
Oh, God, it's Meatloaf Day.
yeah. But this is a good cover right here. Cream?
Yeah. It was funny. I don't know what this did for his career, but there for a while it seemed like he was going to be the guy for a while.
Jen
He was
Healy?
so
Yeah.
hot.
Well,
Yeah.
he had a song called Angel Eyes.
Yeah,
I
it was
remember
good.
there was a big song, and it was a good song too.
Yeah.
Eyes. Wait, is he actually blind?
Yeah. He's Canadian.
Dalton, Red's place is on fire.
They paid him in syrup.
Why did they come to Dalton? Call the fire department. Okay, one of my favorite things about this movie. Watch the fire department just drive straight by.
Yeah.
They're like, where's the fire? We don't see it. Watch this. Do they pull into Reds? No. Nah.
80s explosion. Bill, you're from North Carolina. How much stuff would they have to have in there to blow it up like that? What would be in there?
How many auto parts?
What the hell are you saying?
I don't mean it as a...
I'm also... Do you know I was born in Missouri? This...
How close to Jasper
All
were
right,
you?
so you're from Jasper. How did they blow it up?
Answer the question. How many auto parts have to be in
notice he
there?
like totally dodged. A very legitimate question.
My attorneys have advised me to not talk about explosions in auto parts stores.
So again, Wesley, who's been provoked, righteously I'd say, is like, you know what? I'm going to come have a drink.
Yeah, he brings the thunder.
I'm going to pay for it too.
Thank you. It's like a morgue in here. Play something, Elvis. Get those firemen in here. I'm a drink.
God bless Gazera.
To save a no-good faggot draft dodger like Red Webster.
Oh, shit.
I forgot he dropped the new F word.
Everybody digs deep except for him. Cause you can dance, honey. Elvis, play something with balls.
Oh, yes, sir.
And he does, Gazera.
Gypsy woman told my mother before I was born.
I do like that Jeff Healey did what he said. Oh, did he just pinch her ass?
Be a son of a gun. Won't make pretty women jump and shout.
So again, this is a weird scene because Red's life is over. His shop just got blown up, and nobody actually seems to give a shit right now.
Right.
Like,
but there's a hot 80s lady who's about to show some minis.
Right.
And Ben Gazzara knows it. It's the pimp with the heart of gold.
But you would think Jeff Healey, like, he's a good guy, right? Like, he would be like, guys, it's not appropriate right now. But I guess...
I know, but he can't see what's happening either.
That's true, but wouldn't you smell the smoke? Or he can smell the...
He probably smells something.
Notice how smooth you like. You get called Elvis, you're going to respond.
Yeah.
That's a good point, too. But even Wade Garrett's kind of
With
just
the Muddy
like...
Water song. That's
You know what?
There
I
we
just
go.
realized... Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. All I got to say is Wade Garrett is so horny in this movie.
Well, he should be. He's Wade Garrett.
Even Dalton's playing along.
It's like a bridesmaid's death or something.
Yeah, yes, it does. It's like the tap of the dress.
Oh man,
those aren't working for me though.
But I'm wearing this same pair right now. It highlights my buttocks.
Why did Dalton pretty much saddled up for the lap dance? Look, Red's place is rubble right now.
He's a man. He has needs.
I guess, but
this doesn't fit Dalton there.
Hold up. No. Those are natural. Okay.
Tides just turned.
No.
Settle,
He's
man.
like a broken windows theory sort of guy. You stop the little things, like a topless 80s hot lady.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? If we're going to stop Red's house from getting blown up.
Keep it on a leash.
Oh, boy.
That's a good line.
You're right.
Gonna have a what?
Jimmy.
If you're gonna have a pet, keep it on a leash.
Nice.
Look at this guy with the hat.
Jimmy just establishes himself right here.
Yeah.
In the full Canadian tuxedo. Denim from head to toe.
Shark tooth, wearing.
Almost a mullet. Not quite.
Yeah.
Dude, he could take off that
I
shark
like
tooth.
where you're at
and
right
kill
now.
him.
In a good way.
What's the hairstyle that Wade's got right now called? It's like the top
He's
knot.
got like a
kind of.
man bun.
Right. Oh, the pool cue. I'm pretty good with a bow staff.
There's going to be a
Girls
kiosk.
like guys have skills.
I killed a wolverine.
Right.
He said he was born for good luck.
Kick his ass and they will give you 2 sandwiches.
Yeah. Kick his ass, sea bass. Wesley's face.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't believe it. Now he's just coming out right now?
Right.
This is what brought him out?
He's working on his blueprints.
What do you call it when you double the double deuce?
The quadruple catorce? I don't know. not following along right now with the video, it's another one of those scenes where everybody's fighting each other. But this time there's a whole two.
Jimmy's got some skills.
No,
with that.
Jimmy's awesome.
And he like pulls all off. Good fat guy.
I think he was the head majorette at Appalachian State, actually.
Wade is the young man's game, guy. No, those moves aren't going to work.
Come on, old man.
Red store. Oh.
All right, that's enough. This isn't working out, Dalton. Let's go, boys.
He wields so much power.
Boy.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Kevin from The Office?
There is. Yeah, there is.
Same down new story, huh, pal? Let's get a beer.
Bonding.
By the way, they haven't slept.
He's a doctor. I feel bad for the...
We can salvage the place, Red.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
We can build it back up. I'll
So
help you out.
the owner of boats has to be in this room. Maybe that's him right there.
No, that's
the chief of police or something,
Everybody
right?
else around him got pulled.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The auto.
Can you prove he started the fire?
Yeah, prove
Who are you
it.
going to prove it to? He's got the sheriff and the whole
Yeah, I
police
can
force
prove
in
it.
his
I'm a
pocket, for
freaking-
Christ's sakes. I can call a friend
one
in
of those
Springfield
people.
who works for the FBI. You going to take the stand against him?
I was hoping you would.
There's only one person around here you got to prove anything to.
Batman.
That's Wesley himself.
Yeah, Gotham City is actually Jasper,
Yeah.
Missouri.
Yeah.
You scared him last night.
Brad Wesley, he's not afraid of
Why are
anything.
there
right?
boxes all in this house?
Last
by the way?
night.
Whose house is
Whose
this?
house is this?
Red's moving out.
Well, makes sense.
Cue
in- Red-
the Billy Joel.
That might be the most logical thing that's happened in this movie.
Actually, it does.
There's the guy from Boats and the really old guy in the back.
Yep, and it is Red's place because there's Valvoline boxes.
Yeah. And his ugly wife wants to take him back.
Right.
And they're accidentally look.
That guy
Doc's
is
accident-
winded.
Oh, the blind guy's there too.
Wants to put a little something down on a new car.
Wait, what blonde?
Why
guy?
is Jeff
That's
Healy?
Healy. That's Jeff Healy.
They just like threw him. Where's his band?
They just put Jeff Healy in every scene. He must have been really hot.
He was.
That's what it is.
The Healy Heat.
It's made you an abuser.
I would choke him out with my.
Well, what are you waiting for, Gary? Drive through there.
Who's that guy in the middle at the
That
bottom?
with the, it looks like a
No, no,
skin, tight skin.
Don't they recreate this scene in Eastbound and Down? I feel like.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I
when
still
Will
don't
Ferrell.
understand how this is possible in any circumstance that this could happen on like a Saturday at 2 in the afternoon. I don't care what town you're in. Gazzara's loving it. And again, Ben Gazzara in every scene.
That is a sick teal shirt, though.
There's a sign in the background that clearly says Los Angeles. Did you see that? There's an
No.
exit sign.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Ah, that's good stuff.
We can't rewind.
Now, of course, I've seen it after
No.
He's a drifter, you know.
He's a drifter.
Or something like that.
I thought you were going to say there was a sign that clearly says "Don't run over the lot with a Bigfoot."
Well,
the clear sign is you should stay away from Doc.
because if you don't,
I'll kill you.
he's going down.
He's making a good point. I'm here. I'm stable. I
Oh.
brought J.C. Penney.
He went down last night.
Yeah.
Of course, you saw that.
Right.
I like also how the fat bouncer has sunglasses with things on the back, so he can make sure he sees things at all times.
Right.
He won't lose his
I
sunglasses.
never thought you'd turn on me, too.
Dude, he almost actually fell in real life.
Yeah.
Light down.
I'll take another one of these, sir. I'll take another Great Return by Hardywood.
I'll return.
Let's go, Jimmy.
Mr. McGinnis, you good?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
I know you're good.
U-Haul product placement.
I keep going in to get my own beers so I can grab a chunk of turkey.
And why is Sunshine Parker there? I just noticed that too. He happened to be in town that day at one of the 6 stores. Have you ever seen The Killing of a Chinese Bookie by John Cassavetes?
I have not. No.
Well, the star of that film is Ben Gazzara.
Yeah.
Who, again, his prototype, Pimp with a Heart of Gold. He's a gentleman that owns a, some people would call it a strip club. He would call it more of a cabaret. Because it's not just nudity, there's performance and art with it. And ends up upside down to the mob and owes some money. And their way for him to get out is to kill a Chinese bookie.
Hence the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And extremely well acted. And unfortunately, I think you see Gazzara ends up in these sort of roles of like, these are almost like shadows of what he did. If you see him as Brad Wesley, and also he was Jackie Treehorn in Big Lebowski.
Yes. He's not somebody you necessarily pick for like a leading man.
Yeah.
But an excellent, he's not a comedic actor necessarily.
And not being facetious. I mean, a very good actor. If you get a chance to watch Saint Jack or Killing a Chinese Bookie, you understand what a very good actor he was.
Well, you had turned me on to a podcast called The Plot Thickens with about Peter Bogdanovich, and when they were casting the Saint Jack movie,
yes,
it may have been that one where the studio was like, we want Paul Newman, we want, or maybe that was the next one, but there was a movie where they were like specifically wanted Paul Newman or some other A-lister, and he's like, no, I want Gazzara, and he held out for Gazzara.
Yeah, and he should have. And when Bill comes back, I'll show him the proper Peter Bogdanovich.
Yes.
Tie of a bandana.
Yeah. So I'll pose a question to you, and then we'll bring it back to Bill. All kidding aside with this movie, would you consider this to be like one of the best bad movies, or would you call this a good movie?
I would call it a good bad movie.
Okay.
So I think you asked, would you like steak or lasagna? And I said I'd have the fish. But
no, you said it correctly, because I said a bad good movie. And what I meant was a good bad movie.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing me a great return by Hardywood.
I really hope
American IP. I hope so, because you're going to have a lot of work to do.
Whatever I can do.
Bill, we were just debating here, or I was asking the question, would you consider Roadhouse, like, clearly we like it. We watched it lots. Would you consider this to be just a good movie or a good bad movie?
It is a good bad. It's just a total guilty pleasure.
Okay, that's what Steve said too.
It's like I was telling you, watching it with my daughter. She really did not want to watch, and I did not want to keep watching because I was like, this is.
Would you ever
a really good bad movie?
Would you ever watch this? Have you ever watched this in a situation that didn't involve a podcast or with a bunch of guys drunk? Like you actually sit around and wait, what just blew up? Sorry. Something blew up. Who cares? They were arguing because he ripped a guy's
throat out. Did they blow up the outhouse? What did they blow up?
I don't even remember.
Because they're in the house they live in. I thought they live in the... Oh, that's the barn.
That's the barn. He lives up.
However, this does lead to one of the greatest fight scenes.
Oh, he just karate kicked the door in. She needs to do more cardio. She looks really winded.
Yeah.
Is Emmett wearing like red?
It's like one of those one big suit.
Yeah, that has like a butt flap.
Yeah, the butt flap for when you go out to the outhouse.
He's wearing.
Yeah, he's got the old school butt flap.
Yeah,
but he's also apparently lined his house with dynamite just in case.
And Ben Gazzara is wearing like 7 layers of linen
and a
bandana.
Another bandana.
So Steve, you were saying before that's not the Bogdanovich bandana.
No, I will show. We have to wait for this fight scene over, but I will show Bill the difference between.
I think we got a minute till the fight scene.
So I wrote that down. I like this too. I think he throws his head back to
This guy was having a ball in this movie.
He had a ball in prison too.
He danced like
Is that it's not even a motorcycle. I think it's like a scooter.
It's like a Kawasaki, like
like a BMX. Is that what they call that? Like
it's something. It's like some hybrid.
Yeah.
It's not a motorcycle. It's not a bicycle.
I think it's the thing H-Dog takes to work. Actually.
Who says prepare to die? Seriously.
Guys with
Tony with Indigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Indigo Montoya.
He didn't wear a Canadian tuxedo.
All right, somebody paint the picture of what we're watching. For those that
We're watching it. Pretty good fight scenes. As much as we're giving this crap about not being a great movie, the fight scenes are pretty good.
The choreography is pretty good.
So think about
the editing's very good.
Think about the Nutcracker with a literal Nutcracker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew it was reminding me of something.
But this is actually a very well edited scene. The fight scene's compelling.
I will agree with the fight. I mean, you see movies now that don't have as good a choreography as this. So far, this is a fairly just straight ahead karate kind of kickboxing fight scene.
No cheap shots.
No nut punches like we've seen before.
There's dignity.
Right. And there's a little honor among,
Yeah, for a bit.
Well, so
and
far.
then it goes into Driftwood.
Okay, now
Driftwood to the ribs.
has
There's
entered the
hair pulling there.
Some hair pulling.
That was
Dalton
offside.
started it. Dalton pulled his hair. Okay, now
All right,
this.
here we go.
This is getting a
Someone
little
wrote this down.
homoerotic.
I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
That put the fear into Dalton. You can tell he's like, oh shit.
He's gonna do me if I don't rip his throat out.
Right.
That's where he makes his
He
decision.
hears Wade Garrett's voice echoing in his head.
Yeah, boy. I thought you were good. Go fuck yourself.
That's kind of
written down.
This guy kicks directly into a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the nut kick.
Yep.
He lived.
Actually, he punched him in the asshole, I think. Which would hurt.
That wouldn't feel good. I'm not saying from experience.
Sweep the
He's
leg,
down.
Dalton.
He's already down. Now he's really down. You're done. Would you not agree the fight's over at this point? Oh, that's right.
No, he pulls a gun. When someone pulls a gun, you got two choices.
Way.
Okay, the
I'll
gun's going
kill the
down.
motherfucker for 1,000.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And this is when finish him off with a back kick.
That is a good die.
Now she's a good doctor because she checks.
Hippocratic oath.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's check.
He's
Oh,
throatless.
Throat's gone. Trachea.
He's like, oh shit, she's gonna see.
Missing.
I ripped his throat out. Someone also wrote all this down. Of like, well, how does he finish him? Well, obviously.
Right.
And a shout out to MacGruber, which I don't know if anyone has seen. Now that might be my favorite, best, good, bad movie.
Right.
It is a terrible movie.
Right.
MacGruber.
That 3 times in the movie you will laugh so hard that you will wet yourself.
It's got
but
the
it's
guy.
still a bad movie.
Can't think of his name from SNL.
Will
Forte, and it's a spoof of
MacGyver. MacGyver's. Okay, gotcha.
But it's a full movie that's awful. But that he also his move is throat ripping. Oh, hold on, pardon me.
Fuck you!
Meanwhile, there's a trachea just somewhere in the river right now.
Maybe that's why he wears his bandana.
Oh, that could be.
It could be. But
it's steel lined.
Yeah.
So I did learn this from Peter Bogdanovich because I did buy, and Scott can vouch. There's video footage that I bought a bunch of ascots, and then realized that Peter Bogdanovich wears a bandana. So how he does it is it's a real life bandana. If you look at pictures, you see it. And he goes, it's 2 knots in the front. Oh, and thank you, great return from Hardywood that I did not get the first one right. So if you ever see Peter Bogdanovich, this is what it looks like. Nope, I did it wrong again. Thank you, great return.
Have another beer, Steve.
Yeah.
Well, here's what's on for today.
Here we go.
Wade or Elizabeth? What? One of them dies.
All right, say cheese, guys. We're taking a picture.
You are a sick man. Well, I just have to flip a coin. Hold on a second.
That shirt was purchased
Wesley?
at JCPenney.
What's the method of death? He's going to take one of those hot dog shaped hamburgers and jab it down his throat.
Probably.
From the 7-Eleven he created.
Yeah.
Dalton,
You ask anybody.
I'd sure like to tell you how it turned out. Wesley!
So where has he been that this fight happened?
Who, Garrett?
Yeah.
Yeah, where does he stay?
Probably catching up on sleep at
They've never
Bonnie's.
established. He's probably getting it on with the old guy that they found drunk. I think he roomed up with him.
Yeah.
Are you all right?
He's like, hey, mijo. I call everybody mijo.
Yeah.
Guess what my pube cleavage looks like?
Oh, lucky.
If you guess silver, you're right.
I gotta find Doc. Let's go.
Can you imagine being his dad and like when he's like 3 years old, like shaving with him for the first time?
Yeah.
Wesley wins, man. We're out of here. Boy, mijo.
It's a really uncomfortable laugh he just did.
I should have got a marketing degree.
Where's Dr. Clay?
I should have gone to barber school.
Right.
Dr. Clam.
Right.
And now, and this is total.
I wish it was Clam.
Total red flag girl.
Yeah.
Now that after she's caused all this, is like, how dare you rip that guy's throat out?
I also like how she's just scrolling up and down aimlessly through the X-rays.
Get it.
She's like, these all have throats.
Yeah. I'm going through all these X-rays. Everyone here has a throat.
Man, it's crazy.
And you're not.
That's fair.
Fair point.
Brad Wesley,
Now get out of here.
pillar of his community. He's always there. He brought the JCPenney. He's not going anywhere.
Boats. Yeah, boats. How many throats has Brad Wesley ripped out?
But
Less than 2?
He is the pillar that keeps things going.
Yeah.
And then
provides big
his
bites.
crazy ex-girlfriend hooks up with this throat-ripping murderer.
Right.
Wears a gi like every other day.
Right.
Double murderer.
Yeah.
Right. And not just regular murders. Like,
and why is he there like 1 in the afternoon?
How did he kill the first guy? Do we know?
Throat rip.
It was a throat rip both times?
He didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Both times?
Yo.
Yes.
It was.
Wake the fuck up. We're out of here.
Actually, that's a good... When did they actually say he ripped the throat?
one
It was
beer,
early
when
on.
they had the discussion at Bonnie's, right?
I don't think they said it then. I think it was somebody going, I heard he ripped a guy's throat out at some point early in the movie.
So they have a conversation. They go somewhere else. They come back. He goes to confront Doc. Wade Garrett is killed in the interim.
Right. Yeah. He didn't have much to live for anyway at this point. I mean, let's be honest.
And there's no evidence here that anyone did this.
We always want to die before your pubes go gray.
Yeah. And he had like 3 black pubes left.
Did you really need to pull it out?
First, I thought that was a bottle. I thought he was grabbing like a bottle of Jameson. Like, I was like, wow, I forgot he like hit the bottle at this point.
Oh, he pulled the knife out symbolic.
Boat.
Wait a minute. All right, I'm going to correct myself.
Oh my gosh, it's not boats.
Or
it's
does Boats have a competitor?
Yeah.
Dutch's Boats. It said Dutch's Boat Sales.
It's a competitor because there's boats and there's Dutch's boat sales. Dude, that's sick right there. He just drove right through. Look at these guys.
Oh, this is one of the finest. Look at that.
Look at the way John Doe is like shaking his hips when he shoots. Look.
It is impressive.
Tennis pro is about to blow up this car. Oh, that's a sweet Lincoln Continental right there.
Oh yeah, it's a nice looking land yacht.
Terry Funk is wearing corduroys and boots.
Find that prick.
He probably has his wrestling tights on him just to
I'm
get
sure
in character.
he doesn't go anywhere without them. Was that Funk?
I think it is. I think he's done.
He was. That's weird because he was just standing on the other
Why
side of
wouldn't
the
they show him die?
That is
right,
a
that
bad
should be
way
a
for him to go
climactic.
out.
Right,
I feel cheated.
he deserved better, or worse, however you want to look at it. Well, the bleeder's
dead.
Yeah, I don't care. He's bleeding.
Yeah, I didn't.
But Funk's
agent.
He's got the Matt
over.
Lauer like button on his wall.
As someone who has interviewed an NWA world champion, I feel bad about that. Not respectful.
Agree. Who smiles like that when they're about to shoot a
tennis
plant?
pro with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You know.
He's got the throat rip
Tennis
hand.
pro is repair.
Oh yeah.
Prepared part.
He's actually probably the most, I don't know, realistic in this whole
Yeah.
thing.
Tails again.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. He's dead.
He does the old West thing of like after he gets
Yeah,
shot and falls off the balcony for no reason.
Ben Gazzara, all linen.
All linen.
That's his
and
fighting
all the
style.
time. He wants to stay cool.
Look how shiny his pants are. They're like sateen.
And whatever the line
Yeah.
is at JCPenney,
Yeah.
this is like their sponsorship of like.
They
we've
should
gotta
have
know.
like the Brad Wesley collection.
Yeah. Oh, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Cat.
Monkeys, bears.
This is so Ace Ventura too.
Foreshadowing, which
Right.
Tiny Ron was also in.
Oh,
He's that tall guy.
the tall guy. Yeah.
That was pretty much his job. I think we need a really tall
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. We couldn't get the Happy Gilmore guy.
Yeah.
Lurch was past his prime.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, now
Oh,
talk
here it
about
comes.
foreshadowing. This is it.
Yep. And someone wrote down. Someone directed this. Newman. It is. It's like
Yeah.
poor man's. It's like Redneck Newman.
Right.
Made for each other.
Someone wrote that down.
I wish I could sit in the back of a movie theater the weekend this came out and people like went to go see this.
Did they have a debut with like the spotlights and like
I'm
everything?
sure. There was a red
And
carpet.
Bigfoot was there.
Room, Dalton. The only thing that's missing is your ass.
Again, oddly homoerotic for no
What's this
reason.
all about, anyway?
Missing your ass.
Yeah.
Your friend Wade,
Hey, you do a mean Gazzara,
one
Bill.
old man,
You've been practicing.
what I call a mercy killing. I took him out of his misery.
Can I just point out there have been a lot of murders in the last 24 hours?
Yeah, and no
Like,
cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, you took Jimmy. He
They
was
all
in better
show up
shape.
at the end.
I didn't see
I'm very confused.
Yeah.
Hell, you took all my boys.
Actually, Tiny survives, though. Right?
Is that his name?
Tiny
The
Ron?
real tall guy?
He doesn't show up again.
Right.
Maybe he died from like a bleeding testicle.
Could be.
This town is big enough for both of us.
That would be a sad fate.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this.
Bleed out from
Yeah.
the Jimmies.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Sparks episode plug. Episode number 78 or something.
Close. What animal is he hiding behind? Like a buffalo?
Muskox?
Might be a muskox. Very good.
The Appalachian
Whoa.
State mascot.
Yeah.
Joseph.
He threw it. That was actually a tight throw. That spear throw he just did.
He wrote down Ben Gazzara throws a spear.
Right.
Oh,
His
look at
eyes.
it. What a good actor. Honestly, he is giving us his all. He's not mailing us in.
Not at all. No. Some might even say he's giving it a little too much. Not me, but some. Bro, how bad of a spear are you?
All right. Ben Gazzara would be a crumbled mass after that shot to the knees.
Oh,
there's no way he
sweep the
stands.
leg.
Yeah. He has this. That's the other leg too. Like he would be
I thought it would be
paraplegic.
fun to fight you, Dalton.
And then don't they almost do like the Julius Caesar on him here?
But now, I just don't have the time.
rip his throat.
Bro, 3's a charm. Do
Yeah.
it.
Throat.
Or punch him in the nose.
Honk,
Maybe,
his nose like Karate Kid 2.
He's like,
What would Plato do?
Yeah, what would Plato do? Right. You're just not worth it, man.
He's like, I'm going to go on Instagram and say something bad about you.
Right.
And here's the real villain of the movie.
Right.
Why is she there?
Time to make your choice.
Why
Doc.
is she upstairs?
Because she was probably
You know
getting on with
why.
Wesley.
Yeah.
He's got better stones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This is the A2 Brute. Everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, these are all the good guys, though, so it's a little different, but still. Emmett.
Bad guy and everything.
Sunshine shows up and just casually shoots him.
This is our town, and don't you forget it.
This is very gruesome.
It is. And Gazera, again, selling it.
Yeah.
He probably demanded that they do 4 or 5 takes of that.
He did.
Yeah,
He's like,
I want-
no.
yeah.
I'm going through that.
I want my right butt cheek to touch first.
I bet Gazera probably was the second highest paid person in this movie, right? I mean, it's a Swayze vehicle, but without Gazera.
Yeah. I wonder if Sam Elliott was a big ticket at that point.
I don't know much about his career, but
He's never been anyone that's like the lead. He is an excellent B guy, but he's not the A guy. So let's all take the shotguns and walk into one other room, and we're safe.
There have been a string of murders.
They will not walk into the kitchen. Is it?
Everyone still has their firearms on.
Look at
Who's
Gazera.
gonna tell me what the hell happened here?
The Kool-Aid Man came in.
You see anything, Pete?
No, I didn't see anything. You see anything, Red?
I didn't see nothing. Not a thing.
All right, so
Wait.
You see anything, Tigger?
Someone wrote this down.
It's the best line ever.
Polar bear fell on me.
So to be clear, all the murderers
Giggle about it.
All the murderers
And the shotguns are like
didn't
12
see anything. They're still holding their firearms.
And the sizzling shotguns are like 12 feet away
Right.
in the
Case-
kitchen.
Case closed.
Yep, well, I guess we got nothing to do here.
Right. And then they do the sassy guitar. Like, okay, there's a bloody carcass in the Trachea Lake. Good lord.
All right, so who's watching the picnic? Did you see that? There's someone on like a picnic watching this happen.
Okay. They're using her dress for
We
the
will
first scene.
we will rewind when this is done.
Yeah.
There's someone having like a casual picnic.
She's butt-ball naked. Cast party.
In an obviously man-made lake that is just gonna have mosquitoes and other sorts of diseases.
Well, it was a party that was like, last chance to see Swayze buns.
Yeah.
It's like the high society used to go out and watch Civil War battles.
Right. Yeah. But again, okay, credits roll. All right.
So what a great ending to a movie. The last line of the movie is a polar bear fell on
And
me.
please see Sunshine Parker's name is in quotes.
While we wait for Sunshine Parker,
Tiny Ron.
Can I bring something up?
Somebody named John Paul Jones.
She was pissed at him. Last time they talked, she was furious because he ripped a guy's throat out.
Yeah.
Now they've brutally murdered her ex-boyfriend. Cut to them naked in a lake making out.
Who might be her real boyfriend? So I think what I've come away from this, I used to see this as like Brad Wesley was really the hero of the story. But what's obvious now is that Doc Clam is the true villain. She's the mastermind that turns this town together, takes the pillar of the community, and
the best bad guys are the ones who go uncover, right?
Yeah.
You never. It's like the Emperor of Star Wars. Right?
Yeah.
You never know he's the bad guy till it's later on.
yeah.
You see Palpatine.
Except there was more writing, I think, more thought put into the plot of Star Wars,
point.
or pardon me, Roadhouse than the last Star Wars. But I'm not going to get into that. Yeah. There's also
I think
someone
that's
named
a good takeaway. We've done this many times, and there are always
Yeah.
new things. It's like an onion. There are so many layers.
Yeah.
I think as we do this every year, we're going to find more. But you're right.
Yeah.
She is the bad person in this movie.
Doc Clam.
She's really not very likable.
No.
No redeeming qualities.
No.
I mean, she tolerates a good stone banging.
Right.
But
if your son was dating her, all you would see is red flags.
Right.
She's all red flags.
But Dad, she's a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, but she drives a Jeep and she goes to a place where a Bigfoot is.
That's right.
Kind of the same
and she broke Brad Wesley's heart for no reason.
Kind of the same as when, Jennifer Aniston slept with Lundberg in Office Space, right?
It is a little bit.
Oh, good call.
I mean,
Maybe that's the inspiration for that movie too.
Well, if we have a spinoff, if this breaks all of our download records, which I'm sure it will,
which it won't.
Yeah, we'll the music supervisor was Jimmy
Iovine.
Are you? Well, you know what? There is good music in this movie.
Yeah, it is.
a great soundtrack.
And this really was a good vehicle for Jeff Healey, who's dead.
Yeah. So we've said that this was the good
blind.
bad movie.
He was blind before he was dead.
Yeah, and he was Canadian before both of those things.
Yeah.
I would imagine, but
Maybe
I would
not the
say
blindness.
of the things we can say about this movie that were legitimately good and not like bad good.
Yeah.
The music and the fight scenes are pretty badass.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even the big group fight scenes are kind of well done.
The editing's very well done, and that's one of the things of like the scene where he smashes the guy's face into a table.
Which one?
When he does
the
it,
Jason
and pulls
Bourne
it,
thing,
yeah. But they cut it in a way that it looks really cool. I mean, the editing on this is excellent.
The USC Film School uses this movie for all of their fight scene choreography. I'm serious.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Oh, I believe it.
I believe it.
I believe it. Hand to God. I believe it. Yeah. Well,
I really have no idea.
I know. I could.
I believed you.
Listeners weren't able to see his face on the third I'm serious. I was like,
And your hair is Swayze-esque, and I think that's helping me believe anything that you say.
How about the backside there? How's that look?
Well, we'll see.
Comparable.
So if you're a Patreon member, please go to our website and you will see Bill's Swayze hair.
Okay, I was going to say, what are we offering on Patreon?
And his backside to see if Commando Bill.
Oh, yeah. If you want to hear more of our post-Swayze talk, go to Patreon.
Yeah, and for Bill's backside, go to our OnlyFans page.
Yeah. Well, Bill, this is great, man. Thank you for being here for this. Thanks for bringing a turkey.
This is the greatest night of my entire life.
Oh,
just amazing.
That's just because you're around humans.
That adds a little bit to it, but it's we've been talking about a lot of scholarly subjects here, right? But to be around anyone who's an expert in whatever they do, it doesn't matter if you're a doctor like Doc Clam or two great scholars of Swayze and Roadhouse. I mean, it's just I feel as though I'm a better human tonight.
We might be the best, like Wade Garrett.
Well, if we're going to use that analogy, I'm going to say Steve is the expert on this. He's the Wade Garrett. I'm probably more the bleeder guy, just, the attorney that bleeds. I don't know. I'm trying to pick the character that I am. But
that's who he is.
Yeah, that's who I am. But it's been good having you, man. You don't have to leave, by the way. We have to wrap up the show. It's been 2 hours. So if you're listening to this still, and if you are, God bless you.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for making us a part of your Thanksgiving. And thank you for sponsoring us, Hardywood.
Yes. Great return.
Great return was delicious tonight.
And Kanye 2020.
Yeah. We're going to kick those Martians' ass.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. That was our Roadhouse episode. And, yep, things got weird, just like was predicted. As of now, Kanye's not the president, but it's Thanksgiving, and there's still debate on who is the president. So aliens have not necessarily been found yet, but not ruled out for 2020 either. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we enjoyed doing it. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you have other ideas for the show or any feedback at all, you can always reach us at Steve or Scott at Speaksies.com. You can also give us a call and leave a voicemail at 804-621-5803. Thank you very much, and thank you, Patrick Swayze.
Speaksies.